Oh, look at that. I've been impaled. When someone emotionally hurts you, but you have to act like you don't care. Unofficial costumes versus official costumes. Why do the unofficial costumes have better faces than the real ones? Realizing I finally live like a Disney princess. The letter I exists. The Pixar lamp. I'm about to end this man's whole career. Flynn Rider admires Rapunzel with love, while a young boy with a churro stares in disdain at Disneyland. One day, you will too find love, churro boy. Find yourself a person who looks at you the way Felix looks at his root beer. I don't want anyone to look at me like this. Ka-chow. What is this? How come Simba can walk in on a girl taking a shower and people say, that's adorable? When I do it, she starts screaming and tries to call the cops. Guy's dad does not react well to being told he looks like food critic from Ratatouille. I don't blame him. The most relatable thing to happen to any Disney character is when Alice literally flooded a room with her tears, and then moments later was completely dry-eyed, floating in a bottle, saying, oh dear, I wish I hadn't cried so much. Ah well, another mental breakdown. This is cute because it's probably the first time she's seen / had her hair completely dry, and it's all soft and full of volume. Aw, how the hell is her hair soft after living in salt water for all her life? Shh, mermaid physics. Disney / Pixar has the best animations. No, Sony is better. Meanwhile, DreamWorks, human who created Mousetrap, mouse who created Human Trap. Disneyland guest actually pulled the sword out of the stone. He is the chosen one. Disney villains then versus now. Now, an old grandma. Then, literally Satan. Evil queens are just Disney princesses who worked in customer service for too long. Everyone has trouble fitting in at your age. I know I did. I was a regular fish out of water. You? No way. No, she was literally a fish out of water. You don't understand. We're dead, we're dead. We survived, but we're dead. Me, when there's no good food in the house. Pixar, accidentally deleting 90% of Toy Story 2. Some animator who has backups on her home computer. Try a new perspective. A Bug's Life too. Disney, you better not be playing with us. Ratatouille is a good movie and all, but can we stop ignoring the weird subplot about how it's wrong for rats to steal? Like, what are they supposed to do then? Buy food from the grocery store? With what money, Ratatouille? I feel like I'm crazy. They make such a big deal about rats stealing. Like, they have options? What do you think would happen if a rat shows up at the food bank to feed his wife and kids? They'd have killed Remy. Me. Hey Pixar, are you a Bob or butt guy? Pixar. Probably the worst out of context Pixar frame. At least one of them. If I don't love it, I don't swallow. You just realized. Toy Story 3, and this was her in Monsters Inc. This is weird. Cool though, because tomorrow you could be trampled to death by wildebeests. Take time to be a dad today. All human contact has been with English people. Speaks with an American accent. Disney logic. Maybe I'm blind because I don't see any source. Pixar moms had no right to look this fine. Bro, what? Disney. Netflix. Live action remakes nobody asked for. Disney nowadays be like, yes, the movies are made out of remake. I identify with Bella the most because she would rather read books than talk to people in her own town. Disney Pixar villains are mid compared to DreamWorks. Faked his own death to destroy a company of a rich man responsible for the death of his daughter. Manipulates a whole kingdom and destroys the life of one kid. Kidnaps kids and steals their scream to provide energy to Monster World. Literally executes a superhero genocide. Gaslights his first two friends and tortures toys daily. The Bobs. Bob is Bob. Disney princess starts singing near a forest. All the animals in that forest. Pixar quotes in 2007. Not everyone can become a great artist, but a great artist can come from everywhere. Rick Astley will let you borrow any movie from his Pixar collection except one. I wonder, definitely not Ratatouille. Why isn't Pixar as good as it used to be? You're not 10 anymore. I don't even think it's that. I just think they have went downhill. Like, the Pixar team came up with WALL-E, A Bug's Life, and Monsters Inc. during one lunch. Couple about to take a little one to see a new Pixar movie. Graphic designers that spent days making 2 seconds of hair blow in the wind. Pixar is called Pixar Animation Factory in the Cars universe. Their releases include The Incredicars, Toy Car Story, Fueling Nemo, and Monster Trucks Inc. In Lightyear 2022, Buzz's dog tag reveals that he has O positive blood, which is the same blood as my ex-wife. She cheated on me with my best friend, Steve. Steve works at Pixar, so I'm pretty sure he put that in there to annoy me. Disney, teaching kids no matter how ugly you are, you can still be a hero, but you still can't get the girl. A people trap set by a mouse. Fun fact, for this scene, director Brad Bird and his sound crew found an old dead corpse buried within the Pixar studio and compacted most of the remains to achieve the most perfect bread crust sound. In Ratatouille, Git, the jacked rat, has a tag on his ear reading A113. Not only is this a frequently used Pixar Easter egg, it also implies that he was a lab rat, explaining his large size. Walt Disney seeing what his company has become now. Don't make me come down there, you punk. Sit back and relax, The Incredibles way. People who have never watched The Incredibles. Entering the collection on 4K this November. WALL-E, huge sigh. The fat-phobic Pixar movie. Watched this at the cinema with my wife. All the kids were eating popcorn. All the adults were in tears, including me. I can't wait until I am emotionally stable enough to see the new Pixar movie without worrying about what it will do to my mental state. Best impersonation of the Pixar limb. Pixar. Trouble. You're only in trouble if you get caught. My motto. What's a motto? Nothing. What's a motto with you? A Disney reference and a Disney post. We have achieved a post-singularity event. What most men think they are like versus what most men are actually like. When Simba tells his dead dad to get up, then you have my permission to cry. I want a movie about what happened before The Lion King. Like how Mufasa and Scar were cubs. How do peepees make you feel? Put that thing back where it came from. Also help me. When my friend gets sloppy drunk and I have to deliver her to her boyfriend, well, here's your precious princess. The sudden decrease in animation quality between the first Hunchback and the sequel is both hilarious and sad. If Pixar made Vans, Edna Mode being disgusted by a baby while wearing an exquisite silk dressing gown is such a mood. I am not a baby person, I am an artist. Aladdin's reaction to Shang though. Hercules though. Oh my, I have to work out more. How old were you when you found out that Scar became Hercules' headpiece in the Disney movie? Now. Right now. Well, maybe when I downloaded this meme, but kind of now. Ken's got game. Barbie, wait, don't do this. She's a Barbie doll, Ken. There's 100 million just like her. Not to me, there's not. Disney doesn't want to be associated with death. Also Disney. Disney asking for 50% profit. Sony refusing and fighting back. Fans thinking MCU Spider-Man is no more. Tom Holland just waiting for his paycheck. Disney animation movies versus live action remakes. The BFG. Disney, big friendly giant. Me, big freaking guy. When someone has 3D animation skills, become a Pixar animator. Overwatch not safe for work videos. What the hell? Woody and Buzz have been turned into shoes. Things got a rear end like a Pixar mum. Pixar, when they're creating a new mum character and get to the butt size slider. More. Linguini is a classic example of big nose Pixar boy, but I never stopped to appreciate how his love interest was a big nose Pixar lady. Those don't come as often. You would never get a Disney princess looking like that. I just noticed Linguini has a tiny beard. What the? During a 12-hour flight delay, my boyfriend wandered off. When I found him, he was in the middle of a Pixar movie marathon with a group of 5-year-olds. He's the one for me. In Toy Story, Pixar was still trying to figure out how to animate humans, so much so that they just used multiple Andy models for the kids and hit the mum's face. And this is One Shot in Seoul. Animation and its evolution is so awesome. Sometime in the future, when Disney announces the live-action remake of this, no, here we go again. Welcome to Mikasa. That's French for front door. It's really not. I didn't understand until I learned Honey was Latina. That sentence makes me feel sad because she's not really portrayed as Latina. Would you prefer her to wear a sombrero and blast Tigres del Norte from an old pickup truck? What do you plan to do with your future? You mean the swirling vortex of terror when your phone has no signals and you go all Lion King on it? Relationship expectations, the reality. So what are we gonna do? I don't know. What you wanna do? Woody, you are a toy. Buzz, looks like Elsa really meant it when she yeeted that crown. I'm never going back, the past is the past. Don't lie, one of the best things in this film was how Fred's butler literally couldn't give a damn about anything. Tied up, run around by a girl in a supersuit, whatever. Marshmallow Man wants a brofist, makes the weirdest freaking noise. No damns given. Fred's butler fandom. Fred's dad has been a superhero for how long? Heathcliff has had more than enough time to get used to all of this BS. Nobody. Pixar mums. Toy Story. Am I really going to defile this grave for money? Pixar? Of course I am. Pixar employees after they have to curate a new physics engine just for the mum's butt. Pixar's eye waiting to get brutally pulverized and murdered by the lamp. Pixar meet and greet. Buzz Lightyear. I'm a talking toy. Dory. I'm a talking fish. Lightning McQueen. I'm a talking car. Guy from Up. My wife died. Everyone. Dory. I'm a talking fish. Tip. When making a Doing the Deed tape, play Disney music in the background. That way, if it gets leaked online, Disney attorneys will have them all taken down. Just because I don't want to be a part of the drama at work doesn't mean I don't want to know all of the tea. Disney. 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 What inspired you to create 9 new Star Wars shows? Money. Man, woman, father. Looking for men, woman. My son, have you seen my son? Disney. How did you manage to buy Spider-Man from Sony? I bought Sony. Disney. When you ask them why they're making 4 live-action remakes, we've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas. Disney donating to stop the Amazon rainforest fires. Disney paying $10 billion for Spider-Man, right. Disney naming Big Hero 6 sequel. Big Hero 7. Bigger Hero 6. Disney has an attractive girl play an ugly character by wearing glasses. Everyone. Actually, she's still pretty cute with glasses on. Disney. I said she ugly today. Disney. How much for Spider-Man? Not for sale. How much for the company? Pixar movies always have a crazy plot twist. Like, what do you mean the bear toy is the villain? Pixar in the 90s. This is a story about love and friendship. Pixar now. We're going to put you in a deep existential crisis and slowly dig you out. You will never be the same and you will constantly question what is to be human. Also, please enjoy this talking animal. Pixar Lemon isn't real and can't hurt you. Pixar Lemon. Buzz Lightyear thinks he's pretty clever and beyond. When I have a test on Monday, but I want to go out for the weekend. Yeah, I've got time. Me on Sunday night. I cannot stop laughing. New Buzz Lightyear looks like a libertarian podcaster who wants to ask you why you need a license to drive a car, but not to operate a toaster. Others. The best day I've had is when I got married. Me. Pixar to follow. Success of Lightyear with film about real-life potato that inspired Mr. Potato Head. Coming up with schemes with your best friend. Was this movie even real? Teacher. Why are you always late? Me. I am not fast during math. I'm sorry, I'm confused. What the heck? No. There are 104 days of winter vacation and Elsa won't come out and spend it. You will order the princess to marry me. But you're so old. Bless the Sultan. I love this. Frozone has a wife and she is the greatest good he is ever gonna get. Anna has invited Elsa to build a snowman. Go away, Anna. Ever since your song got popular on YouTube, you haven't wanted to hang out with me. Let it go. Stop saying that when people try to force me to socialize. Custom-made shoes. Can't keep them on. It makes no sense. Cinderella, come on. Drop the act. Come on, Timon. You guys have to create a diversion. What do you want me to do? Dress in drag and do the hula? One of the best transitions I've ever seen in a movie. Me, coming home after a long day at work, or school, or anything being active. Let me sleep. If a boy makes you sad, just remember, he's a human. You're a mermaid, or a girl, or anything. Never mind. I was about to say anything you're attracted to, but then again, I remember what people are like. So, how I feel when I order alcohol. And I don't get asked for my ID. Some people in the morning versus me. Attachments are forbidden for Jedi. Also Jedis. Mike. I can't believe it. Sully. Oh, Mike. I want a t-shirt. Come on, boy. Achilles. Heel. Was that a pun? In the commentary, the directors say they named the horse Achilles for the sole purpose of making this joke. It's as amazing as it sounds. Apparently, I was in 101 Dalmatian. I'm hungry. I'm so hungry I could eat a whole elephant. I'm hungry, mother. I really am. I'm not sleepy, I'm hungry. Did you bring me anything to eat? I'm hungry, mother. I'm hungry. I think we should have this conversation. What, like for an adaptation? I ship Tadashi with that pizza. Tadashi plus pizza equals love. If I could use one screenshot to describe Big Hero 6 to someone, it would be this one. Sometimes I stop and seriously think about all the history that has happened right where I'm standing and lose my mind just a little bit. Cashier, that'll be $7.99. Me, thinking about the fact that dinosaurs bigger than houses used to walk the earth. Or like some peasant is standing where you're standing. We have created characters and animated them in the dimension of depth, revealing through them to our perturbed world that the things we have in common far outnumber and outweigh those that divide us. So I was looking a bit closer at that picture of what seems to be Hiro and Tadashi's parents, and Toy Story taught us that appearances really do trick you. We want to do a movie about a vegetable family. Pixar develops Onion Mom. Pixar. So it starts with the love story of childhood sweethearts, Carl and Ellie. OMG, they're perfect, right? Later he goes on a great adventure in a floating house. Haha, what does she do? Pixar. Me. Pixar? What is she doing during the great adventure? The letter I, seeing the Pixar lamp about to crush them into oblivion. The new wave of Pixar dads really be hitting different. Red is a lucky color when you can't aim for anything in a video game, so you choose the fastest firing weapon. Remember class, anything can be art, except what Bobby drew today. Bobby has created the opposite of art. Bobby has a future at Pixar. Hey look, it's that toy from a movie, that's from a movie, that's from a toy, that's from a movie. One of the most hidden and my personal favorite Incredibles 2 Easter egg, the color bars on the pilot's uniform are abstract representations of all 20 Pixar films. Nintendo. Only characters that originate in video games can go in Smash. Me, an intellectual. Lightning McQueen is a video game character. As the production of Toy Story wrapped up in 1994, Pixar writer Andrew Stanton asked his co-workers during a brainstorming session, what if mankind had to leave Earth and somebody forgot to turn off the last robot? 14 years later, he answered his question with the movie WALL-E in 2008. Teacher, what's so funny? Me, nothing, my brain.
Waluigi.
I want a Disney Pixar movie about a teenage boy who unintentionally transforms into a stone golem at very inconvenient times. It won't be a metaphor for anything whatsoever. Even Buzz Lightyear knows how hard my picks are. Rock Pixar movie. When you're on the verge of mental collapse and something of minor inconvenience happens. Today's the day. Me, thinking I replied to the message. The other person, thinking I'm ignoring them. So I had no voice at work today, and since I work at the Disney store, I had a little notepad in which I wrote, "Can't speak. Ursula the Sea Witch stole my voice, but I'm happy to assist you." And a little girl came up to me, read my notepad, grabbed my hand, dragged me all around the store, asking random guys if they'd like to be my true love, so I can get my voice back and stay human. It was so adorable. It was the most adorable, awkward situation I had ever been in. Everyone else got a kick out of the reference too. Never ask a woman her age, a man his salary, and never ask to Disney, what is the first movie to mix animated characters with real ones? Disney Pixar movie starter pack. Stupid rule that main character needs to break. Overprotective parents. Funny and crazy family / tribe tradition. Cute pet, perfect for toy sales, but useless to plotline. One scene that stabs your heart. WALL-E's definitely up there for one of my favorites. I love Diva.
Eva. Wally.
Ariel and Herc are technically cousins, socially awkward gingers. Yeah, that, and Ariel is the son of Triton, son of Poseidon, brother of Zeus, who is the father of Hercules. So yeah, technically they are literal cousins. Cool, isn't it? Holy! Nemo was named Nemo because Nemo hides inside anemone, like a clownfish would hide inside an anemone. I am not open to other interpretations. Nemo, cinnamony. This is my variation of Double Duck. On the signal, we switch places. Kronk, it's time. Grr. I don't even know what this movie was, but it was great. I think I watched this when I was like 11 or 10. I don't remember anything though. It was at school. After much look and close analysis, I have found a frame which shows the true intention of Prince Han. At first glance, you see him wave and all is normal, but if you look closely in the background, you can see exactly who the real villain is. She is giving the look of anger, which means she is using telepathic communications to change Han's mind and make him do the evils. Disney, teaching you not to talk to strangers unless they're hot. There is no way two men could even begin to take care of a child. Her real parents never even realized she was gone. Bullied so bad she started talking to mice. Wore heels to formal events. Marries sociopath who likes feet. Disney was so real. This one is different. He's honest and sweet and wouldn't do anything to hurt me. He's a guy. Are they going to live happily ever after, Mama? No, because they are nobles in Revolution-era France and will be guillotined. You must be fun at parties. I'm sorry to say this, but it has come to my attention that in Disney's Descendants, Dopey the dwarf has a son named Doug, which means that canonically, Dopey has smacked. Snow White wearing a shirt of the thing that almost murdered her is such a power move. The only character in media I ever related to is Chef Gusteau from Ratatouille, who got one negative review one time and it made him so sad he died. And the broken-hearted chef died shortly afterwards. If Liam Neeson voiced Nemo's dad, Finding Nemo would have been a very different story. Look at his face. He's so worried that he ruined it and messed up all their hard work, and she's just like, I like it. And that makes him smile because she loves him. I love this movie. And then 5 minutes later she dies, and so do I. If it wasn't for him being an attempted murderer, they would be a cute couple. Minor issues. My friend has this weird knockoff Winnie the Pooh blanket, and it's the most menacing thing I've ever seen. That's not honey. This is the Olaf my son waited for at Barnes & Noble. I don't even know what to say. Pixar throughout the years. What if cars had feelings? What if fish had feelings? What if feelings had feelings? Have fun, kids. I'll just be here listening to my tunes. Heavy metal music plays. Moana placing a seashell instead of a stone in the chief's monument. The next village chief who has to deal with his stone trying to balance on the seashell. No, this is not oddly amusing. This is oddly terrifying. Mute naked girl on a beach. Seems legit. I'll put a ring on it. Beauty and the Beast 2. Lost in IKEA. Because Bella and the prince need some new furniture after it all turned human again. Aladdin. Alad out. A people trap. Set up by a mouse. Everyone has trouble fitting in at your age. I know I did. I was a regular fish out of water. You? No way. No. She was literally a fish out of water. You don't understand. Cinderella's dress must have been very revealing if the prince looked at her all evening without being able to remember her face. Olaf was such a mood here. Baby, babe, baby? Oh yeah, I'm single. Math is math. Think dash. Think. Rat speaks perfect English. Bug speaks perfect English. Toys speak perfect English. Robot from future can't talk. This is an award-winning studio. Yes, and it adds character. It's amazing. Your happily ever after versus my happily ever after. Jesse, listen to me. Remember your training. But I don't have any training. This is basically what it's like to be an adult. The question that still haunts me to this day. What the hell happened to Mrs. Potts' 20 other children? There was something bothering me on Cinderella's 3D model. It's not that I don't like it, but she somehow looked different and I didn't know why. I just realized it's because she never had ears in this costume. I laughed at the scene as a child, but this is literally how I deal with my life now. How timely that my sister just sent. Wait, he's holding himself up with his butt cheeks. Questions if it's safe to ride. Has a tiger for a pet. Father wields a mighty trident. Amazed by a fork. Come out from work and Aladdin has taken up 2 spots. I'll show him a whole new world in a minute. And every last inch of me is covered with hair. Bro, please. We have reached the moment that this is weird and this is not. Imagine how shook the boys would have been if they'd gotten a letter that said, "Oh, by the way, your platypus died. He left you a hover car." Coming up with schemes with your best friend. Was this movie even real? How does an 80-year-old woman have the same cardio as a fit, athletic muscle man? This show, man. A dude turned into a llama. And you're questioning why an old lady is as fit as a muscly guy. Prince Charming is the best part of Cinderella 3. Probably because he looks vaguely like memes from 2012. Never ever, under any circumstances. Pause a Disney movie. Stop saying brave when you mean racist. Snapchat releases new filter that makes your dog look like a Disney character. In cinema, gloves are regularly used to represent hiding one's true intentions. Characters often seen wearing gloves are normally hiding something. Frozen is a perfect example of this. Elsa obviously uses gloves to hide her powers and doesn't show her true self until she discards them. But guess who else wears gloves the entire movie? Well played, Disney. Well played. With all the cooking and cleaning for 3 other women, how did Cinderella even stay up until midnight? I vacuum once a week and I'm in bed by 9 p.m. Please, be my wife, Wazowski. The amount of sass in this picture is overwhelming. I paused at the wrong time. I think you paused at the completely right time. My dad just sent this to me. Why does this lady from Despicable Me 2 look like a fusion of Pearl and the cook boy from Ratatouille? I forgot I did this over break. How would Mike Wazowski wear a mask? Like this, or like this. I didn't realize he had ears that looked like that. What? Disney releases $110,000 package that will take you to all 12 parks around the world on a private jet. Taylor Swift experience. So the whole plot of this movie hinges on the fact that she can't speak and simply tells the prince what's going on. Adult, do you know what college you want to go to yet? Me sweats nervously. Monsters University. Flynn Rider, the only Disney character to ever question why everybody is randomly singing. Civilians, such a great story of love finding a way. Veterans, oh hell no, she will wake up and claim assault. That Plotting lady can stay in a coma. I'm not going to the brig. I paused Frozen right as Anna punched Hans and now I'm crying. Forever Alone. Oh, it's something. At the end of Ratatouille, the food critic Anton Ego ends up funding a small bistro for Remy to cook in. The average lifespan for a rat, i.e. the head chef, is 1.8 years old. That is an absolute awful investment. Ariel was originally designed with blonde hair. No way, so was Merida. What he thinks no makeup looks like versus what it actually looks like. Disney World is reopening in July because they will not stop until they have killed everyone's parents. I have magical hair. I have ice magic. I have a 5-digit body count. Watched Tangled with my family and this brief scene showed up. No one understood. Why did she laugh? Why did you laugh? Hey, are you lightning? Cause I want to be your queen. Ka-chow. Marry me. You guys, what if Waternoose had his heart broken by a child a long time ago, and that's why he's so violently opposed to letting the other monsters get to know kids? Actually, this would explain the entire monster reality, because they have entire government agencies devoted to keeping the kids out. Someone at the top of all of this knows that kids are actually really lovable, but monsters can never befriend them, because the adults would hunt them down and kill them. The scare tactics used in this movie were for monsters' own good, but not for their physical health, for their heart. How my little cousin watches the movie Brave every single time. Ah yes, she is wearing a Merida wig. How precious. Finding Nemo, the Disney movie with no songs. Ain't they related or something? Even Satan doesn't want me. I'm back with more due to popular demand. Who knew these guys had the same eyebrows? At this point, I'm open for suggestions. Stop doing it! On my birthday, we went to a teppanyaki restaurant where they cook in front of you, and after he finished cooking, our chef was like, I have a tiny little chef that tells me what to do, and pulls out a Remy figurine thing out of his hat. He was wearing the hat the whole time and it had a rat in it. Would I see at Disney's magical fireworks? Would I capture with my phone? Or haunted burning castle? Anna has the superpower of changing clothes in 3 seconds. 3 seconds later. I want the Disney prequel about these two. I know there's a history there, and a fallout as soon as mum gets home. Did you bring me anything to eat? Me, has the happiest experience of my life. My brain, nothing. Me, waves at someone who wasn't waving at me. My brain, a core memory. Did you know Agent P and Perry the Platypus are the same? No, I didn't. What? They are? In Toy Story 2, Andy's hat goes with the Jessie doll. We all know someone who would love this. Ariel was truly the most ridiculous of all the Disney princesses. Yo, they eat your friends and pollute your home. Your dad is not being unreasonable here. Hairdresser, what do you want me to do? Me? Just a trim, thanks. No problem. Me. Look at the detail in her hair. I read that they curated an entire supercomputer program to make each strand of her hair move the way it should with her body. Like, 2 years of this movie production was dedicated to her hair. I really do hope someone who worked on this has a Tumblr and is sat with a single tear in their eye, whispering, they noticed. It was all worth it. Every single day. Thanks, guys. So long, partner. And this is the moment an entire theater filled with adults and teenagers started crying. Notice how Gothel checks Rapunzel's hair first, not Rapunzel. Notice how Gothel's a huge witch. Your internet connection is unstable. Okay, well, my internet connection can join the club. Meet Princess Tiana, the first Disney princess with a job, business plan, and seasoned food. Everyone always asks, where is Perry? But never, how is Perry? We've all been there, Belle. Someone who's never seen Phineas and Ferb, explain what's going on in this picture. Hell, promo art for Toy Story 4 literally summed up the whole movie. I did laugh when I saw this in theaters because it was very real guilt tactic parents use, and it's 100% effective. It's called gaslighting. You are not leaving this tower, ever. Oh great, now I'm the bad guy. There's a picture of a dog meeting Pluto, and the dog looks so hyped to meet him. Why do you keep opening the fridge? Me? There may be something there that wasn't there before. That awkward moment when you leave your back door open and Disney characters come into your house. There's only one Disney princess that kisses the villain of the what? Everyone seems to forget that Ariel is the only Disney princess who became a mother raising her 12-year-old daughter, Melody. Why isn't Disney karaoke a thing? I have a very specific set of skills that is going to waste. I love how the Disney fandom is always so cute and happy, but the minute someone messes with them, they jump on their magic carpets and fly around the offender like hawks, shooting at them with arrows and explosive pixie dust. They sing as they hunt you, too. Let's get down to business. Our frying pans are always ready, war cry. Nobody, me, ever think about no, I do not want to think about the Hercules, and Apple corrected them. Honey, you mean Huncules? Autocorrect got it right for once, because how else would you go to the bookstore? Things we learned from Tangled. You can defeat a whole army with a saucepan. It's okay to run away with strange men. A girlfriend made of ice. She's perfect. A platypus? Perry the platypus? Perry, I've got a build just like a duck. I hope our friendship brings you luck. You know what? Atlantis had no right to draw them ladies like that. None. In Lilo and Stitch, 2002, a poster for Mulan can be seen on Lilo's sister's bedroom wall. Me, when someone tries to explain math. What happens when the whistle blows in 5 minutes? I get a timeout. Everyone goes to lunch, which means the scare floor will be painted. You know you're getting old when you watch The Little Mermaid, and when Ariel says, I'm 16 years old, I'm not a child anymore. And you're just sat there like, yes you are, stop it young lady, stop it. Dad, I love him. Bro, you don't even know him. The day you start agreeing with the parents and kids movies is the day it's all over. So Bella and the Beast got married, and they have to buy all new furniture since half their castle turned into people. Cinderella must have some messed up feet if her slipper didn't fit anyone else's foot in town. Person gets hurt in a movie. Whatever, they were annoying anyway. Dog gets hurt in a movie. Yeah, cause dogs do nothing wrong. Humans are aware. Dogs, not so much. I know who you are, do you? You're my fairy godmother. Maleficent looked so done. Like, bro, I'm a bibbity boppity boop, your kingdom come. Thinking about how Gravity Falls predicted DDLC and FNAF in the same episode, my wisdom is both a curse and a blessing. Why do I keep getting late night realizations and ideas? It's interesting to think about this parallel, considering that the scene from Tangled is scored by the song Kingdom Dance, and then Elsa is in a kingdom of isolation, and she's dancing on her own. Don't forget to drink water and get some sun, because you're basically a housewife houseplants with incredibly complicated emotions, completely overwhelmed. Will do. Stress level. Troy choosing between singing and basketball. Frozone. Jack, Elsa, I've never seen the thing on the top right. What is that? I decided I wasn't kidding. The secret of the incredible Frozen Guardians. I wouldn't mind at all if this becomes a thing. Someone please make this a thing. The Justice League. This picture I took of Gaston is gonna make me poop when you're having a good time, but still thinking about all the stuff you're putting off. Brave, the video game. In the Brave title, there's a hidden Merida and Eleanor. Do you ever sleep, Pixar? I mean, seriously, find someone who looks at you the way Beast looks at Bella with her book. Frozen is the first Disney movie to deal with sibling relationships and not romance. Is that an example or a reaction? Yes. Whoever did this is pure evil. When you miss the last step on the stairs, don't you people realize we're living in our own shoe? Oh, here he comes. Nicely done, Pixar. Disney villains arguing. That pumpkin has had enough with them. I'm out. I'm out. This is the best joke Disney has ever made. Life isn't some cartoon musical where you can sing a little song and your inspired dreams magically come true. So, let it go. Doors in the tower. Another subtle sign of abuse in Tangled. Mother Gothel's bedroom has a door and Rapunzel's does not. This means that Rapunzel is never able to lock her out, but Gothel always had that option. Parent, why do you tell everyone your favorite color? Kindergartner. It defines who I am. I love your hair. I love your dress. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Can we all appreciate that Judy found one of her most powerful allies through honest positivity and socialization with another girl? Pleaky was the original drag icon, always serving consistent looks. RuPaul in shock. Bruh. Hairy baby. Guys, I don't think you understand. This man has been a thief his whole life, but he just bought her something really important to her. Pixar, accidentally deleting 90% of Toy Story 2. That one animator with backups on her home computer. Your savior is here. I can relate to Alice. She just keeps randomly eating and drinking everything she sees with the hope it might actually solve all of her problems. My two moods. How have you been feeling about Disney's animation movies the past decade? I miss 2D animation. I'm watching the Lilo and Stitch series with a friend, and I only have one thing to say. Why Disney made Gantu so thick? The Minions have a huge weekend in theaters, extending problems for Disney. So you might say that Disney is on track for a very light year financially. Do you know someone with kids? Do you hate that person? My two personalities before making me do something stupid. God has given up on us. Disney accused of stealing Lion King, and the evidence is all there. Simba, Kimber, Disney. It's not stealing, it's permanently borrowing. Disney. We gotta keep Mickey Mouse safe and sterile. He's gotta be appealing to small children. Paul, I am going to make Mickey Mouse an actual gremlin. Do you hear me? He is a feral rat now. Disney. Brilliant. Look, a sponge and a starfish. There has got to be something we can make out of this. Oh no, that's ridiculous. Your move, Nickelodeon. Shade. How to be seductive. Head tilt, hooded eyes, raised eyebrows, little smirk. How to be evil. The same thing. Do you see the problem? This might win for favorite addition to my post. High school. A summary. Freshman year. A whole new world. Sophomore year. What you wanna do tonight? Junior. Let's get down to business. Senior. Hakuna Matata. This was my favorite line in the movie. Excuse me, I think the word you're searching for is Space Ranger. The word I'm searching for I can't say because there are preschool toys present. Movie opens with Flynn. This is the story of how I died. Gets married at the end. When Jim Henson, creator of the Muppets, died in 1990, Disney released this picture of Mickey consoling Kermit the Frog. But what if he's consoling Kermit because he remembers how he felt when Walt died and he doesn't want anyone to go through that alone? Do you want me to cry? Oops, too late. Me and the boys losing our 10th last game of the night. Who's the funniest Disney princess? Rapunzel. Get off the stage. I told this joke to my husband, and he immediately said, divorce. Selfie status while my homegirl chokes someone. Sure, I also might know how to make a fierce exit, but Kuzco knows how to make a fierce entrance. 2 a.m. goals. If Harry Potter was made into a Disney movie, perfection. Should I do more Harry Potter memes? I can't express my love for this. I couldn't figure out why Eugene was hiding, then it hit me. I never realized this until now. In The Lion King, when Zazu tells Simba that he and Nala are betrothed, Simba says, when I'm king, that'll be the first thing to go. In TLK2, Kiara isn't betrothed to anyone. When Simba talks about her becoming queen, he never mentioned a king. Inspired by the Disney Pixar animated film Cars 2, the video game lets players jump into the Cars 2 universe with some of their favorite Cars personalities in exotic locations around the globe. Popular user-defined tags for this product: not safe for work, World War II, mature, dating sim, war. Why can't guys ever look at me like this? Because just like Rapunzel, you aren't looking at them when they do. You, my friend, have just opened my eyes. Dear everyone who thinks no one notices them. Guys, this is off topic and I don't want to be that person, but no, be that person. Be that person. Anyone look familiar? If it's hard to tell, at least 4 of the people Syndrome killed were at Bob's wedding. Mr. Incredible wasn't watching supers get killed. He was watching his friends getting killed. People he trusted enough to share his secret identity with. People he trusted enough to share his wife's secret identity with. Hell, our poor boy Gazerbeam got a front row seat with Edna and their NSA agent. That's usually reserved for family only. Doofenshmirtz is a bad villain, but a great dad. Doofenshmirtz does all of his evil schemes to vent, expressing his suffering and tragic history to Perry the Platypus, the only one in his life who actually listens, making peace with his past so that he gives his daughter everything he never had, breaking the cycle of abuse and neglect and making him the greatest father of all time. For Atlantis, Disney needed a new language for the Atlantean people. To do this, Disney hired Mark Okrand, the man who also created the famous Killing Vulcan for the Star Trek series. In the Atlantean language, Mark's main source for its roots and stems of its words are Proto-Indo-European, but as Okrand also described it as being the Tower of Babel, or root dialect for all languages in the world. He also used ancient Chinese, Latin, Greek, Biblical Hebrew, along with many other ancient languages, or their reconstructions. As such, you can actually learn to write and speak this language. This film is so underrated it hurts. Today I had a man tell me that I obviously wasn't very good at my classical studies degree because Zeus only had one son, Hercules. His source was the Disney movie, Hercules. It would have been easier to list the son Zeus does not have. What a timeless sequence from Tarzan, 1999. Hey, remember when Disney set up their final animated 2D movie for failure by releasing it the same day as the Deathly Hallows Part 2 with absolutely no advertising and then used the poor box office numbers as an excuse to shut down the hand-drawn animation department forever? Trump's voice. And we hear he's coming, Disney folks. Moo. Yes, he's coming for Disney World. The happiest place on earth. Not anymore. Moo. But we love Disney World. We love the rides. We love the fun. Woohoo, woohoo, woohoo. I never cared for Goofy. Who gave you the right to do this? And then cut up onions and throw them in my eye. Oh my, you're such a little toddler. Say, that's what I'm going to call you. Todd. You know, Todd, I'm not going to be so lonesome anymore. Lilo was peak with little girl representation. Like, all weird Disney characters just fall under cute, quirky. No, Lilo was it. She gave peanut butter sandwiches to a fish because it controlled the weather, the range. If Buzz had never accepted he was a toy, he would have been totally stoked about Sid sending him back to space using a rocket. I swear, Buzz is just stupid. I'm sorry. I prefer Woody. No, my favorite, what's his name? Wait. Oh yeah, Bullseye. Bullseye was my favorite character in the whole of Toy Story. I used to get the toys, you know, the Disney toys. I used to be obsessed with them. All the time I'd play with them. Don't know where they are now. Remember when Zendaya did that? This dress is so ugly. I'm sorry. I've been holding it in for years. You're telling me they're played by the same person? Yes, it's called being an actor. I've been wanting to meet Peter for years. Last week my parents finally took us all to Disneyland. I saw Peter and immediately ran up to him and waved, saying he was my hero. He grabbed my arms and saw my scars and frowned. He quickly said, No, you have battle scars. You must have fought off a lot of stinky pirates. You, princess, are my hero, and bowed and kissed my hand before hugging me tightly and whispering, You're beautiful. Please stop, in my ear. I cried the rest of the whole day, turning red as cringe because 13-year-old girls don't... Let me stop you right there. When I was 13, I wrote a story about how Legolas fell in love with me, and how I went to Middle-earth, and then Aragorn also fell in love with me. We are cringe. We are legion. When I was little, I wanted to grow up to be a Disney princess, but I'm pretty sure I just became Yzma. So my friend went to the parks dressed as Anna, and this was Anna's reaction upon spotting her in the crowd. I feel like these two would have a lot of trash talking to share if they ever got together for a boys' night. I personally think Cinderella should have lived a happy life with all of her animal friends, rather than settle for a man who had her try on a shoe because he couldn't recognize her without makeup. Well, here's your precious princess. I always loved this part because it means that Maleficent had to be like, okay, I'm gonna cover her with my cape. And when they go where she is, it'll be like, boom, ta-da. Being evil takes planning. People are what they... Oh no. No, you can't curse in a Disney film, mate. See, I told him. The way he puts his hands behind his back. It's like he is a little toddler who is just tattletaled in some other kid and feels really proud of himself and looks to the teacher because he feels like he deserves a well done sticker on his face. Your birth month is your Disney sidekick. I'm July, so I get that I get that cup. I really wish I was August though. I love Cinderella. I'm pretty sure that's from Cinderella. You know the cheese scene with all the... that, in any movie, I'm gonna be honest, in any movie, That is like one of the most nostalgic pieces of media I have ever consumed. The perfect sequel doesn't exist. Down. Wrong door. This is my favorite thing on the internet. Ratatouille is hilarious because the villain wasn't even evil. He just didn't want food cooked by rats. Character development. I'm looking for my colleague, Wreck-It Ralph. Have you seen my friend, Ralph? Ralph, are you coming, brother? I blame Disney for my taste in women. What are you talking about with the bottom right? Did you guys ever have a crush on Diego from Ice Age? No. Imagine if all of these movie studios got together to create one big film. Who goes there? I paused at the exact right time, making a hidden shrine for Mike Wazowski and hiding it in a public library for people to find. Fun isn't something you consider when balancing the universe, but this does put a smile on my face. Thinking about this picture of Mike Wazowski I accidentally took at Disneyland. My stress levels are above par in the Incredibles 2 trailer 24/7. Lol, they turned cars into a real thing. Finally, a character I can relate to. Why is this exactly what I imagined they would look like? Sure, the Disney Renaissance was great, but the 2000s gave us some awesome Disney movies as well. IG models better hide because the original slim thick queen Mrs. Incredibles is coming back. When you finish giving a presentation that went terribly, seems like Disney is using the same guy from the graphics department. I genuinely thought this was 3 Star Wars movies. Stop crying, it's just a movie. The movie. Tadashi risked his life for no reason, running into that building to save someone who wasn't even dying. What they don't show you in The Incredibles. It's slightly less horrifying when you remember that she's Elastigirl, so her body is allowed to stretch like that. Marvel Studios. This is the most ambitious crossover event in history. Disney Animation. Hold my beer. New official Lightyear promo art featuring Andy watching the film. What nerd brings all of his toys with him to the movie theater? The entire plot of Disney Pixar's Ratatouille. You can't cook, you a rat. Screw that police. I made this joke in the Discord chat, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. I'm wheezing. If Buzz had never accepted he was a toy, he would have been totally stoked about Sid sending him to space using a rocket. That reminds me, if Buzz didn't know, how did he know to stop talking and freeze? 1995. What if toys had feelings? 98. What if bugs had feelings? What if monsters had feelings? Fish, superheroes, cars, rats, robots, dogs, Scotland. What if feelings had feelings? Pixar movies. Someone had just said these two have the same energy. Goodbye. I will never get over Disney's original concept for Gaston. If Spider-Man was made by Pixar, the state of his bedroom before, the state of his bedroom after. There's not much sleeping happening. Oh my gosh, you can actually see Rapunzel's reflection on the white of his eyes. Disney forgets nothing. The best thing about the pivot to Bonnie from Andy is that we never had to see good old Buster die. Smash or pass? Oh Nemo, if there was only someone out there who loved you. Barracuda, come back here. You forgot one. I'm a despicable human being. Pixar is wild for making a movie about a rat that had to teach white people how to season their food. How many times did you see The Incredibles 2 already? Enough times to know that the title is Incredibles 2 and not The Incredibles 2. Hey Goob, what's up? Cool binder. Hey Goob, wanna come over to my house today? They all hated me. This is literally everyone on Tumblr. Every conversation with my mother ever. Wait a minute, you left Jack alone? Yes mom, I'm completely stupid. Teacher, why are you always late? Me, I am not fast. It took 110 supercomputers and $30 million to render this dog. Hey guys, hey, could you delete this? I don't like seeing it on my dash or in general. Screw you, I spent 15 minutes in Snapchat making this image, purely for the purpose of making people uncomfortable. Nemo appeared in the movie Monsters Inc. as one of Boo's toys 2 years before Finding Nemo was released. She found Nemo before it was cool. Have you seen my son? I forgot. Save me, father. The entire movie in 3 pictures. Someone in my neighborhood is very upset about cars, and I think Disney better offer up some answers. Missing logical sense. If there are no people in cars, then why do they have doors, or steering wheels, or dashboards, or pedals, or anything like that? Why is there a school bus if there are no children to take to school? What is happening? What is this nightmare? Remember when Scar promised the hyenas a better life in order to use them to gain powers, but when they realized he lied to them, they ate him? Something to think about. Saw this theory on Twitter that the dimension Jack goes to in Incredibles 2 is the same one from Monsters Inc. I tried to get away from it, but he picked me up with his mind powers and shook me like a doll. Well, a kid flew right over me and blasted a car with its laser vision. In The Incredibles, in the jungle scene, Violet protects Dash from gunfire with a force field. She looks surprised when she creates it, and when Dash asks her how she's producing the force field, Violet replies, I don't know. Her intention was to take the bullet for Dash. The orphans! I'm going to hell. Aladdin, get off that train. Your father is alive. Toy Story 4 is about a spork named Forky having an existential crisis because because a child carelessly granted him sentience by gluing googly eyes to him. I didn't make any of that up. That's the plot, and I am hyped. What if Peter Pan was just an a-hole and had kids jump out of windows, making Neverland a coma dream? Peter Pan originally was an angel of death that held kids' hands on their way to heaven, Neverland. That's why they never grew up. All those kids were dead. My childhood, gone. Where the hell did that gift come from? The Lion King bloopers? If the Queen in Snow White has magic powers and can turn herself into an old hag, why doesn't she turn herself into someone more beautiful than Snow White? 100% of Disney queens are evil. Therefore, all of the Disney princesses are closeted psychopaths. Anna got engaged to Kristoff. Seriously, what the hell is wrong with you? Come on, I've known this one for 2 days. Finally, a remake I can get behind. Because tomorrow you could be trampled to death by wildebeest. Take time to be a dad today. In Monsters Inc. 2001, the wealthy CEO of Monsters Inc. is held accountable for his actions. This is to remind the audience that the movie is a work of fiction. This is cute because it's probably the first time she's ever seen / had her hair completely dry. How the hell is her hair soft after living in salt water all of her life? Shh, mermaid physics. It was a great show. Why cancel it? We've all been there, Woody. Zombie snarl, angry poodle.
Jazz Clown.
In the morning, I thought we all promised to never talk about Jazz Clown again. Jazz Clown would scare the out of me. The most underappreciated conversation in Monsters Inc. So I said, if you talk to me again like that, we're through. What did she say? You know my mum. She sent me to my room. Apparently everybody's mad. They redesigned Andy for Toy Story 4. Meanwhile, I'm grateful that we don't have to look at this golem anymore. Different looking Andy means that whatever bad thing happens to the toys are just an alternate reality and the real gang is safe. 2023 is the first year Disney hadn't had a single 1 billion movie. Since 2014, I can't think of a movie Disney released that year. I mean, the thing is though, good or bad, whatever you think, they can just do a remake or, you know, they just do a sequel to an already popping show, you know, do really well. Still not on Disney Plus, Aladdin. I'm sorry, but this looks like one of those internet games that pop out of nowhere while you're on the internet. I don't know why this is ever even remotely passed for a children's movie. Man, this is worse than The Notebook. What is The Notebook? My favorite thing about Disney movies is how they do the eyes. They're so beautiful. Max from A Goofy Movie is now insanely hot. I will never forgive BuzzFeed for this. I can't believe you don't want to go to your own son's graduation. It's not a graduation. He's moving from 4th grade to the 5th grade. It's a ceremony. It's psychotic. They keep creating new ways to celebrate mediocrity. Is it me? Or is this one of the most relatable animated movies ever? What? Okay, fine, I'm cool. I'm fine. Hades speaks to me on a spiritual level. Why does Tumblr always relate to the Satan of every fandom? Because it's easier to identify with a flawed character than some kind of ultra-human the hero normally is portrayed as. Damn, that was deep, man. When your friend says they don't like Disney movies. Did you ever notice the astrological signs around the magic mirror? How to draw Mickey Mouse? 1. Start with 3 circles. 2. Add a heart shape. 3. Receive letter from Disney Legal. Cease and desist. 4. How to draw a cat? Start with a circle. I bet if they made Ratatouille 2, it would have been like Ratatouille International, and they would have entered a cookery contest and met chefs from around the world, but they all had different rats in their hats. I have been waiting for this forever. Where is it, you little one-eyed cretin? Okay, first of all, it's retin, and if you're going to threaten me, do it properly. Literally every person on Tumblr. In case you were wondering, this is what it is like to work in customer service. Find yourself a person who looks at you the way Felix looks at his root beer. I legit don't want anyone to look at me like this. Cute. He's playing in the unborn flesh of his own kind. From Snow White's perspective, the old peddler woman was totally legit. She gave her an apple and told her to make a wish. Next thing she knows, the prince is there to take her away, and she is surrounded by her friends rejoicing. If leaf-footed bug eggs were made by Pixar, here's what Disney princesses would look like if they were serving in the Serbian military. Disney princess sings, every animal in a 10-kilometer radius. Mickey, what are you doing here? Minnie, I'm done with you. Wendy, hello Peter. The saddest part about this isn't that she's grown up. It's that after all this time, the boy she loved is back, and she still loves him. Can't wait until I'm emotionally stable enough to see the new Pixar movie without worrying about what it might do to my mental state. Teacher, you can't hear images. Me.
That was the rudest person I've ever had to believe. Blah, 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 blah.
The life of a Disney cast member. Is your country or culture relevant enough to be represented by Disney? Yep. Hi, I'm Lewis. Well, that was unexpected. I loved this movie. Meet the Robinsons. The movie Frozen is a cautionary tale for overly restrictive parents. Kids need to experience life with guidance so that they don't marry the
first guy they meet, or go all ice witch on people at the first sign of conflict. Cinderella must have some messed up feet if her slipper didn't fit anyone else's foot in town. When people make really good art for a fandom you're not in. Ah, great. What is it? Beauty and the Beast 2 should just be 90 minutes of Bella and the prince shopping for new furniture after it got turned back into people. If the mother in Tangled had just told Rapunzel her birthday was on a different date, the whole movie wouldn't have happened. Can I shoot an arrow? Can I? Please? Can I? Not with that. Why not use your very own? Happy birthday, my wee darling. Her little face. One good thing about this movie. He could have said, no, shooting arrows is not for little girls. But instead, he said, no, shooting with that big bow is not for little girls. Use this small one. I think that's fantastic. Cinderella's dress must have been very revealing if the prince looked at her all evening without being able to remember her face. I'm so glad CGI movies based on 2D characters actually try to make them look like characters now, instead of like weird mutant realistic versions. Like, which side looks better to you when I walk into hell? To me, it looks like Woody's going to start a routine where people get paid money to undress. I mean, he's already got the name for it. Spits out juice over last comment. Now our kids are in danger. If you suspected danger, why did you bring them? I didn't bring them. They stowed away. And I don't think you're striking the proper tone. One of these is not like the others. Muscle Stitch. Yes, the wrong Stitch is here. Aladdin could have just handed the lamp to Jasmine, and they would have gained 3 extra wishes. Reminder that since Ursula is a straight-up shapeshifter, it follows that if her accustomed form is pear-shaped and visibly aged, it's because that's how she likes it. Stop normalizing the grind, and normalize whatever the hell this is. It really exists. P. Sherman Wallaby, no way. Nice move, Moana. How the heck are future chiefs supposed to balance something on top of a shell? He thought his little friend got baked into a cookie. Is this Disney? I'm not sure. Kinda seems like it though. Why is everybody randomly singing? You can't marry someone you just met. Finally, someone says something. Disney erects giant Woody at Hollywood Studios. They could have used a different word. We're getting closer. Segway 9bot unveils a transportation pod. Gets criticized once. Dies. I've got 2 brain cells left, and it's just these 2. None of these animated movies got the attention they deserve. I forgot what that movie is called. You know, Middle Right. I loved that movie though. I didn't know that Linguini and the Rat had a child. Look, the only live-action Disney remake I want to see is The Emperor's New Groove, and I want there to be no CGI. I want Kuzco to be played by 2 actors in a cheap llama costume. Disney/Pixar movies now are like, the women in your family are complex, imperfect, and people who carry the trauma, hopes, and dreams of your female ancestors, and their husbands are just some guys. I almost died. 3rd time on my dashboard. Still funny. You will order the princess to marry me, but you're so old. Bless the Sultan. The fact that this was the thing that pulled the Sultan out of his trance. Remember when Mulan risked her life and her family's honor to save her dad and ended up saving all of China from the Huns, but Anna and Elsa are considered Disney feminist icons. No eating here tonight. Eating here tonight. No eating here tonight. You're on a diet. I love it when DreamWorks makes fun of Disney. They literally gave Ariel a villain arc. Aladdin's only friend were a carpet that moved, a smoking lamp, and a monkey that he communicated with. He was totally just on drugs. Toy ducks quacking. I was thinking about this picture on the drive home and started laughing so hard that I almost got into a car wreck. This picture almost killed me. So, I'm in the middle of cleaning my room, which is why this looks a mess. And my sister is playing with her toys. I hear her say, "We just love new toys," in a really menacing voice, and I turn around to see this. Pixar finally announces The Incredibles 2. Everyone, are we there yet? Pixar, we get there when we get there. The Blu-ray of Cinderella, right, has been so scrubbed of grain that they've actually destroyed the line work in some scenes. Hey Jen, what are you thinking about? Nothing. Also me. Nemo means no one in Latin. Finding Nemo means finding no one. So the whole movie is about a delusional father by the name of Marlin, who is so traumatized about losing his family that he goes on to search for his missing son, who isn't even alive. Don't you people realize we're living in our own shit? Shh, here he comes. Nicely done, Pixar. Out here living my best life. Mickey is melting. This ain't about him. His expression while saying nickel is priceless. When I was on the bus, I found a nickel. I wish I had pockets. Nothing but respect for my first emo girlfriend when I was 5. She better mess stuff up in this movie. I don't want to hear no more of that.
I'm scared of using my powers.
Bro was panicking. Miles, knock it off. I'm not wearing underwear, Miles. Please. Ariel was originally designed with blonde hair. No way, so was Merida. I don't know who that is. Marvel. Infinity War is the most ambitious crossover event in history. Me. People who get annoyed about Pixar's cars having their eyes in the windshield clearly did not witness or enjoy Susie's the Little. They gave Elastigirl the main role in Incredibles 2 to make up for the fucked up stuff they made her do in the first one. Okay, first of all, she is their mother, and she did nothing less than keeping her family safe. McQueen, 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 McQueen. Not today, old man. I know all of your tricks. Not all my tricks, rookie. The production team for The Prince of Egypt conferred with roughly 600 religious experts to make the film as accurate as possible. They touched the butt. Okay, well, I'm afraid there is no GIF, so they're talking about a GIF, but they touched the butt, I guess. I've seen the Incredibles scene, but not the other two. Happy Pride, from our junkyard to yours. Is this saying Mater and Lightning McQueen are gay? Wait, Cars the musical? Can we discuss Jane and Bella's different teaching techniques, and how Jane is teaching Tarzan how to read with basic children's books? See Jane run. While Bella, on the other hand, decides that the first thing the beast should learn how to read is Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. Bella's having none of your uncultured Did Disney forget it makes movies for children? Let's get out of here. We'll run away together and start a pride. All our own. This one is different. He's honest and sweet and wouldn't do anything to hurt me. He's a guy. I love watching Disney movies when you're older and come across scenes like this. Hades was the original sassy gay friend. The commercial for Charmin Ultra Strong has horrifying implications. The fact there is a security checkpoint for the bear airport, or should I say bearport, implies that there are certain bears who have malicious intent to blow up the bear planes. There are bearerists in this universe that aspire to destroy things that these ass-wiping mammals hold near and dear. That bear is naked. What was Scar's name before he got his scars? I don't usually comment on posts, but this fun random Disney fact. Before Scar got his scar, which was given to him by a wildebeest after an incident involving Mufasa, his name was Taka. He requested to be called Scar after this incident because he is a very overdramatic lion, as we already know. The source for this fact is from the Lion King novel series. Damn, you learn something new every day. Monsters University official trailer. What if the reasons the creator of Monsters Inc. waited 12 years to make Monsters University? What's because the kids who watched Monsters Inc. of ages 5 to 7 to 6 are now 17, 18, or 19 and off to college. The same goes for Toy Story 3. And how Andy was giving up his toys, his childhood, and moving on off to college as well. What if they wanted to say goodbye to the child that loved their movies properly? Today at breakfast break, I was just casually eating a packet of Finding Nemo fruit snacks, and everything is normal. I'm talking to shiny eating candy sea creatures. But then unexpectedly, I pull out a freaking Mike Wazowski from this package of aquatic animals. He is a monster. Why was he in here? This is not Monsters Inc. Mike, this is the ocean. I dare you to go back to the candy packager and tell them, put this thing back where it came from, or so help me. The adults' reactions to, well, I'm sorry, she's rich and will probably get no more than a slap on the wrist. They all look so proud, but you can just see Winston's smug. She can escape the law, but my guilt shaming is eternal. Just watch. Face. It's my favorite. I'm going to cry, bros. I was finishing my set at the gym, and a song I haven't heard of came on autoplay, and I was like, damn, this stuff goes off. I checked the song, and it's from the Plains OST. Shaquille, don't feel... It's nearly 4 in the morning. I don't understand this. I don't know why you're laughing hysterically at 4, and it is 6:30 for me, and I didn't even understand this. Edna, you're the best. Yes, I know, darling. I know. I want to have Edna's confidence. The thing is, she needs to be confident. She needs to be the best, so that the tragedies of her past don't happen again. Why? No capes. She made those outfits. Her outfits are the reason that competent heroes died. She needs to be better than she was, better than she is. So she sets those standards for herself. Excuse me, who gave you permission to give me emotions over Edna mode? Trouble. You're only in trouble if you get caught. My motto. What's a motto? Nothing. What's a motto with you? A Disney reference in a Disney post. We have achieved a post-singularity event. A room full of scientists applaud and shake hands. Notice how all of humanity has just gone downhill since they declared that Pluto was not a planet anymore. Wrath of Pluto. Actually, Pluto was the Roman name for Hades. They named a planet after a god of the dead, then revoked its planetary status and thought everything would be okay. You fools. If Mike Wazowski lost his legs, would he be decapitated or legless? A complete analysis. Legless, because if he's decapitated, that means he would have to die. What do you guys think?